We have Robyn and Lachmund here with us this morning. Robyn's from Richardson&Wrench at Caboolture. Robyn's had a real estate career spanning 30 years and obviously a wealth of knowledge on around the region. Good morning, Robyn.
Good morning, Greg.
Could you we'll start up, if you could tell us about a few recent sales, please?
Yes, certainly. And the market's been really good, Greg, since we've started the new year. We've kicked it off quite well. We've just had a sale in Mant Street, Caboolture, and locals will know that as being the Pine Grove estate out at Tallawong.
Okay.
3-bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 garage. This property did have a pool and it sold for $312,000, only being on the market 36 days. So that was a great result. And then if we go over to Morayfield, in Cresthaven Drive, 3-bedroom, 1 bathroom, but this one had a large double shed in the backyard as well as some carport accommodation, sold for $320,000. So you'll see the little bit of difference there in the value.
Yes.
And it was on the market for 22 days, so that was a great result also. And then we had an auction to start the year off, and that was in Macarena Court at Morayfield. A nice 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2 garage, only a few years old, and that was a great result. Sold under the hammer for $345,000. So it was a mortgagee sale, so the bank was very happy with that result.
Very good. And were they properties that had original kitchens and bathrooms, or would they be ones that have been renovated?
The one in Cresthaven Drive at Morayfield had some renovation, but not a lot. And sometimes it can be as simple as a paint job and some new carpet.
Yeah. Okay, we'll just take a short break and hear from Johnny Young, and we'll come right back. We're back with Robyn Lachmund. Robyn's from Richardson&Wrench at Caboolture. Robyn, you've lived in this area and worked in this great Caboolture area for many, many years. What are some of the benefits of living in Caboolture in the region?
Greg, I think we're the luckiest people in Australia to live in a region that's so diverse, from the bay to the mountains, and such a choice of lifestyle for us. If you want to be closer to the water, you can have a property over at Bribie or Deception Bay, even into the Redcliffe area. That's an area that's experienced terrific growth. But then for a tree change, you've only got to go a few kilometres out of Caboolture and you're on big acreage and nice leafy environments, some natural bushland. I think anyone coming to our area would have to say that it's such a diversity in land content and availability of property. You couldn't go anywhere else.
What are some of the main things that people want to go on their spare time and the weekends? Where do they want to go if they're living in Caboolture? How do they fill in their time?
Well, a lot of young families these days are really thinking about keeping the family together of a weekend, getting off the laptops, the iPhones and whatever, and going bush. Lots of tracks for bike riding, bush bashing in the bikes that a family can do. Lots of picnic areas around our areas. Certainly you can enjoy that, or jump in a tinny and go fishing in the passage. What better life could you have?
That sounds really good. Maybe a couple of cold beers would complete that. What about shopping, Robyn?
Well, I think we're very spoilt for choice there. Of course, North Lakes is only a very short drive from Caboolture, but even in Morayfield Shopping Centre now, we're seeing a different style of shopping coming into the centre, a little bit for the teenagers and again, right across the board to the families and then to older retirees. And movies there, of course, they have specials through the week for retirees, which is a great way of getting out of the house for a couple of hours.
Great. Look, we'll hear from Elvis for a couple of minutes and we'll come right back. We're speaking this morning with Robyn Lachmund from Richardson&Wrench at Caboolture. Robyn, you were talking about shopping centres earlier. Could you go a little bit further with that? What's available for people living in the area?
Yes, well, just this week, Greg, we've seen the opening of the Drake superstore out on Palmerston Road, the area that we're now referring to as Caboolture North, and what a huge development that's going to be in the coming years out that way. Further up, where locals would know the Big Fish, as we used to fondly call it, again, some shopping coming in there. So you don't have to go too far. In this day and age, a lot of older people have given up their licence and their cars, but there's public transport available to all of these shopping areas, and they're really only a few kilometres away from everywhere.
Great. Robyn, what about the range of property available? Like, is there much in the way of like duplexes, villas? There seems to be a tendency these days to build all townhouses and no duplexes or villas for people that don't want stairs.
Yes, exactly, Greg. And this is something that we talk about quite a lot in our industry, how we're going to accommodate our ageing generation or young people with disabilities that may not be able to manage stairs. We do have duplexes and ground floor units, townhouses available, and we're seeing that change with the changing in the zoning from Moreton Bay Council. We're creating these emerging communities which have a little bit of everything in them. But, you know, our housing, if you're looking to go to a gated community, if you're over 50, you're looking to go to a gated community, be able to have a secure premises, but then be able to go away and travel and know that you're going to come back and everything's going to be fine.
Great. Thanks, Robyn. That's good that there's a wide choice there for people. We've been speaking with Robyn Lachmund from Richardson&Wrench this morning, and this is Morning Magazine on your station, 101.5 FM.